Welcome to the Run Your Day podcast, where our goal is to expand your focus and perspective on life. This is your daily dose of motivation, mindfulness, and so much more. And now, here to help you take your day back, your host, Dan Hafner.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome into another day of the Run Your Day podcast. Dan Hafner here joining you this morning. It is Friday morning, January 18th. Today's topic is this: tuning out. Tuning out. As always, thank you all for joining. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the last episode of this week. All right, so shared with you guys yesterday a little parable and story and lesson with my wife. And today, actually, funny enough, I have another one to share. This one's more about me, though. So I was cooking dinner last night. My wife came home from work, and I was listening to a podcast with my my headphones in, right? And just she came in, and it actually had just turned off, but they were still in my ears. So I wasn't listening to anything, but there were headphones in my ears. And as she comes up, say hi to her. She goes about her day. She's, talking to her dogs or whatever she's doing. And I'm still cooking. And she comes up behind me and takes the earphones out of my ears and puts them down. And we start talking and whatnot. And I really didn't know why she did that. But then later on, I basically just picked them back up off the counter, put them back in my ears, and was just greeted with this response of like, why would you do that? And I had no idea, but as it turned out, like, that was a signal to her that I was tuning her out. Even though I had nothing playing, I had no music, no podcast, no anything going in them. I just put them back, like they rest over my shoulders, and I just put them there. And that was all I did. And then I did put one in my ear, but like, honestly, I told her I really, really like the headphones I have. And I just like the feeling of them in my ears. It just makes me feel focused. It makes me feel like just very in tune with something, right? Like I feel in tune, but to the world, I'm presenting this image that I'm tuning out. And it was incredibly, like, I learned such a crazy lesson in this, like the subtle things we do that send off signals to others that are just like so readable and tangible that we don't even notice it, right? Like we send off these, like they say body language is 90% of language, right? And it's incredible because I've noticed this even as I like to people watch wherever I'm at, whether I'm out in public or whatever I'm doing. And I always like to watch. You can tell a lot by people and their body language, right? And there's little signals of how, relationships are going, or parent-child relationships are going, or whatever it might be, right? And I don't think that's being judgmental. It's just, that's body language. That's just how it works. That's how we as humans can perceive things, right? So I was just like taken aback by this. I was like, wow. Like, and it wasn't out of like being offended that she had thought that. I like agreed with her. I was like, wow, you're absolutely right. Like the simple little act that I thought nothing of just like putting headphones in my ears, even though they weren't playing anything, they weren't even turned on, was just this like slap in the face of like, clearly that's more important to you than talking with me, another human being. Right. And I was just like, wow. Like it just really taught me this small yet profound lesson of like, be conscious of your actions and what, type of vibe you're putting off to people, because it's very perceivable. It's very perceivable. Even the subtle things that we do, right? It's truly amazing when you think about it. And I guess, at least for me, I've been someone that really hasn't always been that conscious of things. I get so engrossed in what I'm doing and lost in my thoughts and lost in my patterns and what I'm trying to do and accomplish that I don't really think about that stuff, And that's just a lack of awareness. That's a lack of self-awareness and mental awareness, right? And I'm not going to sit here and give you some kind of meditation spiel. There's whole courses and apps and things you can buy that will get more into awareness and self-awareness and whatnot. That's not my area of expertise at any means, you know. But I do understand this concept of subtlety in body language. Like, it is such a powerful thing. And my challenge for you today is this. Where are you tuning out? Like, where are you sending off signals to the world that are giving off a vibe that you either want to be ignored, you want to be accepted, you want to be something, right? Like, take some time to think about, like, what kind of signals are you putting out to the world subconsciously or subtly or whatever it might be? Because the way that you put those out into the world is how people will respond to you. The energy that you put out into the world is the energy that comes back to you. It's true. I've seen it firsthand. I never used to believe in this stuff. And the more I see it, the more I realize that it's true. The more I live, the more I realize it's true. So that's my challenge for you today. Ask yourself this question. That's going to wrap up today's show. As always, thank you all for joining. Really, really appreciate you guys joining in for the week. You guys are the best, some of the best fans I've ever seen. So thank you very much for joining. Dan Hafner signing off here. Be sure to join us live tomorrow for Facebook. Check out our Facebook page, Run Your Day. Post up anything there that you might find inspiring or helpful to others. Would always appreciate that. And make it a great rest of your day and have a great weekend.
Thank you for listening to the Run Your Day podcast. We hope you enjoyed today's show. If you did, feel free to share today's show with friends and family. Until next time, have a great day.